The other thing that I think that data becomes absolutely imperative when we look at it is a personalization. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I started to sort of throw out the idea that ultimately I thought we would eventually get to a point of hypersegmentation where it was a multitude of one, where companies would stop worrying about whether or not you fit into the demographic or the psychographic and started to create real relationships, again, based on customer experience, that created a real relationship with an individual. And how those individuals coalesced or didn't would really be largely up to the individual. And when we look at things like sort of multi-sided platforms, business models and whatnot, that kind of underpins that idea that if I can create a positive experience with one human being, okay, then what in effect happens is over time, the brand becomes an influencer as opposed to an individual. And that's entirely possible. In fact, we see it to some degree in sort of the consultative organizations, people like McKinsey and Co., people like Accenture and whatnot, people like Deloitte have actually created the point where they are to some degree now not just a brand, they're an influencer brand. If Deloitte says it's really good, or McKinsey has this take on it, or Accenture believes this and is busy developing and investing in, then that tends to encourage other people to follow along, okay, or in suit.
Right.
So I think that when you look at personalization, having that experience and being able to collect meaningful data from that, and I think that's the first part of the strategy is, well, what constitutes meaningful data? And again, I think it's part and parcel of where content lives within the organization. Marketing people tend to sort of look at the metrics and view it in terms of, well, how long did you engage? Where were you? What, are you likely to refer us to your friends, or, all of those different kind of values. Okay. And I have a colleague who built a very small company here in Montreal. And they're kind of become a leading organization in the home automation game in Canada. And so they play with the people who have, multi-million-dollar mansions and so on and so forth with, their own theater downstairs and all kinds of bits and pieces. In any event, what they did is they now sort of work with a variety of different integrators who are able to now pull together all of these different mechanical systems, like for heat control, for shades, for audio, for lighting, for all of these different elements, and pull them all together.